A little sawdust on you. I like getting my hands dirty. Here with Mel here at Exotic Woods. How are you, Mel? Good to see you again.
Yeah.
Tabletops, hugely popular for you guys.
It is, especially the live edge stuff is very
Live
popular.
edge stuff.
Still.
So what's the one that was just cutting there?
We just cut a Mappa burl, which is an Austrian black poplar.
Okay. And then is this the same thing that's in front of us here?
Exactly. As a matter of fact, it's the sister to that one, the next board down to that one.
So when people are coming in, are you suggesting a type of wood for a coffee table? Is there some that are better than others?
Not necessarily. It's really style and color, and if the size fits what they're looking for.
Right. Because you guys are a shop where you'll sell them the wood, and you're technically doing some of the work for them, but it almost feels like they're DIYing it too.
Exactly. Yeah. We can stop and start wherever the people like. And they can take the slab raw, or we can put it through the big machine there, or we can cut it to length like you did there. Or we encourage people to do it all themselves, but we can stop and start wherever they want.
Because it makes them feel better when they're doing it by themselves. I feel pretty good after cutting that piece.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to do a little finishing right now.
So we're going to put a little bit of Rubio monocoat on there, which is in a hard wax oil, which is a VOC-free product, which gives you a great finish.
So how much am I dumping on here?
You just put a little dap. I'll tell you when to stop. There we go.
There.
And that you should be able to spread that around quite well, and it shows that really the color comes out beautifully, and it's got the real natural wood look, not like a.
So once you do this,
Yeah.
how do you maintain the look and the color?
You can. There's maintenance products for it that you can keep it like maintained with, like maintenance oils and other products, but it really is very durable. We do this in many restaurants. It lasts in restaurants and much use.
Right. And then you'll sell the legs to it too. So for example, like I think both of the examples that we have are for, oh, those are heavy.
Yeah, the metal and the wood look is very big right now. You can make wooden legs too, but this look is really good. It's really popular. But
that's kind of like
a
coffee table.
Your 4 legs of hairpin legs, or your U-channel legs, we call them metal, but metal and wood go really well together.
But you can get the wood and you can get the legs
all here.
Yeah. Well, we're spending the morning here. Look at this guy right here. We did a little finishing with some stains, but we're going to kind of evolve from that staining into
some reactive stains.
Reactive stains.
Getting popular now, reactive stain.
And we're also making guitars, and our good buddy Johnny Blonde is stopping by to talk a little charcuterie boards when we return next half hour on Morning Live. Pour a little bit more on here. So now we're focusing on reactive stains here in Exotic Woods. Back with owner Mel. And stains have evolved drastically, Mel. What am I putting on this piece of wood here?
You're putting a reactive stain called Vintage F, which changes it reacts with the tannins in the wood and gives you that beautiful gray blue color, which is a good base for all sorts of other colors.
So this is, what kind of wood is this?
That's white oak.
Okay, so this is the wood that I'm actually putting the stain on. And we previously did it before off camera. That's the color that came out from this stain.
Exactly, and if you were to, so you're gonna have a little darker now. You got double coats on there now, so you get.
So it will be a little bit
darker than
because that was just one. That was just one color.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can make it as dark as you want.
Yeah, you can put a few more base. You can get it to almost to a blacky, purpley black, and that's a good base for any of your other top coating stains, like your stone and your ruby monocoat or your Ceranova finishes.
So these are two different types of brands?
The two brands, yeah. They're both made in Belgium. Ruby monocoat and Ceranova.
Okay.
They're leading in that reactive.
Will you do this for clients, or do you want them to DIY it themselves?
We do have some do-it-yourself stuff in the front there that people can do some testing on, but we can give them a guidance because it could take a long time to get to where they want to be without some.
Because this is a client approached you and said they gave you this as a sample.
Yeah.
That we want a bunch of wood looking like this.
Exactly, white oak again.
Right.
Yeah.
So then this is your son Adam has been kind of in chemistry class here back here in the shop, trying to come up with the perfect concoction
to get to that color.
Because
they didn't give us, whoever manufactured won't give us the base of what they're doing. It's a dead sample, right? So it is so much science. It is. So we put the Vintage F on it first, 2 coats of Vintage F, I do believe, and then he bleached it with another product we sell, a 2-part bleach, and then he put, I believe, a Rubio product on top called Stone, and we're getting close.
Yeah. So this is just this is walnut?
American walnut, yeah.
Okay, American walnut. So again, starts like that, 1 coat, that's the colors you get? Is it always surprising?
After 15 minutes. Yeah, because every piece of wood's going to react slightly different. So they're going to get, tone on tone. You're not going to get exactly the same color every time, but it's going to be really close. And
you don't need much either, right?
No.
And it goes a long way.
It goes a long ways, and the longer it sits, it just changes slightly. But even if you put a bit on the new one, you can start seeing it right away, even more on the new piece.
Well, when we come back next half hour, I think we're hanging out with Rick. We're making guitars.
Awesome.
Because I play a sweet air guitar. We'll see how I do if I can make my own guitar made out of some wood here. From Exotic Woods in Burlington, on Morning Live. No, but this is where we wreck it.
No, please, no.
Hey, it's Rick, everybody. We're in the music room here at Exotic Woods. This is a pretty cool room because you can actually you can make your own guitar in here.
Well, you can buy the stuff you need to make your own guitar.
Right, you actually don't make it in here.
We don't actually do it here. A lot of people ask that, though. Do we build a guitar?
Because this is your guitar.
That is my guitar.
And you made this guitar.
Yep.
And how long did it take to make?
I spent, in terms of hours, probably about 170 hours on it.
Oh, okay.
Over the course of a couple of years. So.
And is there a specific type of wood that you want to make an acoustic guitar out of?
There are lots of choices. One of the standard things across, a normal thing would be a softwood top, some sort of a spruce, typically. They also use redwood or cedar. The back and sides, kind of bring some of the fancy to it. There's lots of things you can use. Every kind of wood will give you a different sort of tone and a different sort of response. So a lot of that, the choice, a normal standard guitar is mahogany back and a spruce top with a mahogany neck, which is what this is. I happen to work at a place where I get to pick things nicely.
Because you have all different types of wood in this very room.
I get to see things first and I get to choose what I want. So not everybody agrees with that concept all the time, but there are lots and lots of choices. We probably have 40 different kinds of wood that you could build an acoustic guitar out of.
Electric guitar, a little bit easier.
Yeah, a lot less time involved.
Okay. And you actually sell kits.
We can get you into a kit, which will have pretty much everything you need. A neck that's already
kind of like putting a puzzle together.
Yeah, a neck that's already built. That's kind of the daunting part for a lot of people, is to shape the neck. That's a very personal part of the guitar.
Right.
Players have a very defined preference for what a neck has to feel like, so a lot of times that's shaped to order.
Who would do this? Who would want a kit to buy their own guitar? Who would want to build their own guitar?
Somebody who's probably has been a player for a while, wants to maybe monkey around with how things are set up. There are adjustments you can make to your instrument to make it more personalized and to feel different and to sound different. You can swap out parts, which makes a change. In the guitar business, one of the sayings is, everything you change changes everything. So when you start fooling around with stuff, you can either make it better or it's really possible to make it worse too.
But most people who come in here are making their own.
They're building their own.
They're building their own.
So this is a kit. The body is pre-cut and the neck is ready to go. All the parts come with it. Most people will come in, start off, buy what we call a body blank.
Right.
Maybe a template if you don't already have one, a piece of wood to make a neck out of, and we start from that and we hopefully end up with this.
Yes. Or if you want to be really ambitious, end up like this.
There's
and then
more work
once
involved.
you're done with this, you can play.
Then you can play.
Like this. So I made my way into the showroom here at Exotic Woods, and look who I found. Johnny Blonde, how you doing, buddy?
Fantastic.
Good to see you, man. So you're always here, are you?
Great to be here. Well, on occasion, actually. Yeah, I actually do quite a bit of business with Exotic Woods here, yeah.
Well, so your business, not only the food truck, but the shop on Concession Street, wood is a big element that you
Absolutely, yeah.
display.
Our food truck is riddled with wood, like kind of all down the side. We've got two really cool bars that people eat on, and then in our shop they've done some really, really super special stuff where they've bleached it and then stained it white. It's I've never really kind of seen even that kind of stuff that they've done for me there. So
nice. How'd you get hooked up with these guys?
I've actually been a wood fan for a long time, and
Right.
I've been here, but it ends up that they're my next door neighbors.
Oh, no way. So
They
we're
live
great.
3 doors down, so yeah.
Because what does wood do for the food? Not only the presentation wise, because you have the food must taste good, but the presentation is important. And displaying it on like a charcuterie board like we have laid out here.
Yeah, these are exceptional, beautiful charcuterie boards. I mean, everyone, you eat with your eyes first. That's really part of like cooking or catering or anything like that. When you walk into a room and kind of the bigger, the more of everything, as you said. When you look at a big, nice pile of butter tarts like that, it looks way more delicious than having one sitting on a thing. So when you get into presenting big boards, especially, I find it especially for larger size caterings, that you really can blow people away when you walk into the room and you see something like that.
Because that's what you want to do, and you want to do more, is that large style catering.
Yeah, so we do quite a bit of catering already. We do a lot of weddings. That's basically like our summertime thing, is we do a ton of weddings with our food truck. This is like our house smoked porchetta that we're just crisping it up now.
Well, it looks like bacon.
It does.
Right?
It is. It does have pork belly attached. It actually comes from a full pig. So there's pork belly. There's butt. There's shoulder. There's everything kind of in there. That's really what makes my porchetta different and special from other ones that you might see or know of.
Can we spin a sandwich up here before we run out of time?
We absolutely are. So we got this really beautiful crispy porchetta. It's looking absolutely perfect now. I always like to.
And you're making everything, right?
We make bread. Yeah. We make bread. I do my own butchery. I butcher one pig every single week, a Mennonite pig, and yeah. So it's bread, it's meat, it's pickled vegetables that we pickle ourselves. We got some beautiful here. So we're gonna hit it with some salt and pepper.
Okay.
Always important. I like it right on the meat, right as it comes out. The oil helps it stick to it. We're gonna hit it with just a little bit of this. This piri sauce, yeah, and then just a little bit, oh, wrong one, roasted garlic mayo. Nice. And then we're gonna hit it with some pickled cabbage, in-house pickled cabbage, and pickled little bit of hot peppers here, just to finish it off. And then some sprouts. We'll go with arugula first, and then just a bit of sprouts. That little pepperiness, when you try this thing, this is gonna.
So you can get this at the shop on concession, but you can also get it in the food truck when you're out and about.
On occasion, you can have it on the food truck. My food truck menu is always a little bit different than I'm running at the shop, but this one is a house staple in our shop, and this beautiful thing.
And do we just pick it up and we just eat it?
Pick it up and just manimal that thing.
I'm gonna manimal this thing. Thanks, Johnny Blonde. Thanks to Exotic Woods for having us today. I'm going in.
Oh, you make that look good.